as the international audience, when we see through our lens to Palestine, sometimes people, for them it's very hard to, what do you call? They think that Palestinian people are Hamas and Hamas are Palestinian people. They think them as a single entity, but which is not true. Hamas is the extremist people and the rest of the people are the normal people who want peace in the country.
I did not agree with you when you said Hamas is extremist and the other.
I just want to understand from your lens.
I know, but this is my responsibility to correct.
Correct.
But the media, unfortunately, or the Western media in particular, does controlled Western media, the Zionist Western media. And when I talk about the media, the Western media is complicit, and the vast majority of it is part of the Israeli and the Zionist propaganda. I'm not revealing a secret, and this is not anti-Semitic because I'm a Semitic person. So, but the media succeeded to create
that image.
The image that Hamas is extremist people, and no one can, but by any way, it's not easy to change then this image in India and other places, that they are the extremist people and the other is normal. No, Hamas part of the Palestinian fabric. Likewise you, I used to say that likewise you 100 years ago, mid-1930s, there are two schools of thought how to become free in India. One of these school of thought is the Mahatma Gandhi school of thought, peaceful resistance and all of this stuff. And the other school of thought was Bhagat Singh and his colleagues, of course, the great martyr Bhagat Singh, who believed that the only way to become free is to resist by the military resistance. And this is the same exact case. You will find it everywhere for any society had been felt under the colonial and foreign occupation. All the time, people is believing that only the military resistance, and other people, likewise President Abbas, is fully believing that the only way is the peaceful resistance, social resistance, and all of this stuff. So when it came, yes, unfortunately, the media was succeeded, the complicit media was succeeded to divided us to two type of people, extremist people. But the other question that if Hamas is extremist, what you gonna call the Israeli occupation? If Hamas or other Palestinian faction is a terrorist organization, how could you describe the Israeli occupation itself? If they are terrorist organization, how could you describe the source of the problem? How could you describe issuing of Balfour Declaration, which sowed the seed of all our misery? In this declaration, someone, the British, whom had zero footprint in our homeland at that time, pledged, gifted our homeland to the Khazarian Jew. What could you call this declaration if this is not the source of the terror worldwide? What is the meaning? How could you identify the terror? So if there is a source, if there is a seeds for the terror in the Middle East, it was so by the British. It was the British declaration of Balfour Declaration. Then if the expelling of the Palestinian people from their homeland, if the ethnically cleansing of the Palestinian from, because I born in a refugee camp, my late father was born in our original village, Berga. If this is the expelling of them is not a terror, what is the exact definition of the terror? If killing 74,000 Palestinians in Gaza is not a terror act, what is the exact meaning of terror? If someone is calling day and someone's not one, many of them, and official people whom is calling day and night to destroy Gaza, to expel the Palestinian people from their homeland, to kill them. If they calling to kill our child, the infant, even the infant is calling to kill them. If this is not the terror, what's the meaning of terror? When it came to the terror and extremists, let us remember that two of the Israeli prime ministers, one of them called Menachem Begin, and the other is Hak Shamir. Two of them became Israeli prime minister. Two of them, before 1948, was wanted terrorists according to United Kingdom, according to the British at that time. When we talk about United Kingdom, I mean, the godfather of creation of Israel. But even though the godfather of the creation of Israel classified both of them as a terrorist and wanted terrorists, they were wanted terrorists before 1948. Then they became the prime minister of Israel. So we should know that the Israelis occupation, the British colonization here, will not going to admit our resistance, your ancestor resistance at that time, as a legitimate act against their colonial or as a legitimate act against the Israeli occupation. They will call us terrorists. They will call us extremists. They will call us anything, but they will not admit that we are freedom fighter or someone who's looking for his freedom. The same exact issue was applied in your ancestor just less than 8 years ago. If they did not claim, if they did not call them a terrorist, like was Bhagat Singh, for example, was accused of being terrorist, and he was executed according to their belief that he was a terrorist person. The other issue that we should remember it in 1919 here in India, Jallianwala. That, do you remember it?
Yeah.
Do you as Indian remember this?
100%.
You know what happened to the British commander who
Mr. General Dyer.
Okay, how did they how did they treated him? They did not even call him a terrorist. They did not even call him extremist. They did not. He act out of order. This is the only accused, but he did not train. Do you know that? Do you know how much respect that he had been received in London? They called for a financial support to him, not the official, I mean the public. And they collect to him 26,000 pounds, millions of dollars today, at that time. And when they ask him why you did so, he said, I want to teach them a moral lesson. He is not extremist, according to them. The same exact issue, but you are the extremist. You at that time, Bhagat Singh, and not only extremists and terrorists. So that it depends who gonna classify